Ham trying to keep a tight leash on the reporters, controlling access to the candidate. Our own Ed Henry visibly upset when she spoke to some reporters, then ignored his questions.
See him there in the corner? That's our own Ed Henry, visibly upset. He has been covering the various phases of the Clinton campaign, and he's smiling now. Hello, Ed.
The real story is I was really mad at your executive producer, Alan Kamizaroff, because he got me out of bed early yesterday. You guys teased me, and then you had to go to the Shark News Conference in North Carolina. So I was mad at Alan.
Yeah, well, we can all relate to that. That's another story. We love Alan. So what happened?
So, look, we have this news conference. There's a long build-up to it. I'm sitting, standing 3 feet from Secretary Clinton, and one of her aides had sort of pulled me to the front, suggesting I was likely to get a question. So I was sort of waiting my turn. I wasn't going to start shouting in her face. I'm 3 feet from her. She goes through her list, and they've got a careful list of who they're going to call on. And then she just turns and walks away. So I was moving closer, trying to get to her. A Secret Service person sort of told me to move back. So I was pretty annoyed by that because I didn't think the Secret Service is supposed to be protecting candidates from reporters. Fine to protect them for security reasons. This was not a security thing. And I was trying to get her press secretary, Nick Merrill's attention. Bottom line is I said, what gives here? And he said, well, you already got a question a couple weeks ago when you shouted at her in Iowa. Well, you remember that, Martha. I didn't get a question. I said, Secretary Clinton, are you going to come back here or not? And she eventually came back and take questions. That wasn't exactly a question. That was a request that she come back and actually talk to the media. Then he said, well, we wanted to give other reporters a chance today who haven't gotten questions, except they also called yesterday on Andrea Mitchell from NBC, who had recently gotten called on. That's great. She's a great reporter. And then finally I noted to them that they not only called on NBC, but they called on an MSNBC reporter. So 2 NBC questions and not a single Fox question. So I'm sure there's going to be people out there who are going to think I was just angry and I was whining. No. We're covering this campaign as fairly as anybody, and we're going to be there every step of the way. And if the Clinton campaign doesn't want to call on us, I'm just going to keep on pressing until they do.
I want to go back to something that Ed Henry said on an earlier segment. You reported that he was upset that Secretary Clinton didn't call on him. So I have a gift for Ed here. It's a box of tissues. So if he starts crying about not getting called on, he can just pull one out and dab those tears. And I have good fun with that.
You don't think that Hillary should have to answer Ed Henry's questions?
I think she calls on reporters who ask good questions. She'll call him. I'm pretty confident she'll call him someday. Just keep at it, Ed. Don't cry.
Someday.
Now,
how generous.
Let me answer your